Wednesday, December 10th. At my request, a request made while still in Arlington, the wonderful staff at the Orchid Hotel booked us for a morning city planning tour. I didn't know what to expect, but I told them I was intensely curious about how China had made such progress, flipping the living wage from about 10% of the population in 1970 to 80 to about 90% of the population in 1990. They presented me with a tour guide named Yu Hua, who had studied in the USA and was passionate about the history of Beijing. Ironically, as I write this, I opened my WeChat account to make sure I had her name correct, and there found a recent post from her. She is following my recommendation and has done a first outline of a book I had hoped she would write about the development of Beijing, 8,000 years of history. Anyway, we headed out to the meeting place, down the Hutong, past the parents dropping off their children at the local elementary school, by motorbike, by carts, by arms, all arriving through the gates. The school was also the site of a military post, and probably most of the kids were children of the military stationed there. We met Yuhua near a main corner next to one of those wonderfully elaborate Chinese versions of a torii gate. She showed us a map she had of the original design of the city, like 8,000 years ago, and pointed out how little the city had changed from the original outline of streets, gates, etc. It was just fascinating. Even the Hutongs, neighborhoods nestled in among the major streets, were still fitting the original intended dimensions of street widths, of buildings' heights and widths, etc., that had been designed by the original city planners who outlined Beijing. I encouraged her to write a book, and as of today, she is on a start. One of the places we stopped was lived in by a man she knew. He and his wife had graduated from school at the time of Mao's revolution. They were quickly recruited and sent into the countryside to work for a few years under Mao's guidance. His wife has died, but he remains a big fan of Mao. When they moved to Beijing, they settled into the home he still now occupies. He is considered one of the leaders of that larger neighborhood. He showed us his bedroom with this amazing tile ceiling that dates back, I think, 300 years into a period where emperors ruled and wealthy people would have lived there. He preserves it and hopes such preservation will continue after he is gone. We also visited some other homes in the Hutong neighborhood. Yuhua told us how the eldest couple would live in the center rear dwelling of a U-shaped three-family home. Their adult children would raise their family on the left wing. The youngest family members, the third generation, would inhabit the right wing, and then everyone would shift as the main home becomes vacant. I notably did not take pictures of the toilets, which are located every couple of blocks in the Hutong. There's no indoor plumbing for each of the houses. But such toilets are also available, if you choose, in major airports throughout Asia. Very good for your thigh muscles. Anyway, we went to lunch after the tour, and then Yuha had to get home to her family. We went back to our new family, the Orchid Hotel staff, and I played mahjong with them for an hour or two.